back to our channel. Today, I'm going to be painting on rocks. So, I'm just going to be trying this out. I've done it once, and I'll show you guys that. Here it is. So this is kind of like a Mandala style rock painting, and this is not a tutorial. I'm just going to be trying out for the second time, and let's get into the video. So I have all of the items laid out for this craft, and it's not a craft actually, it's kind of like a painting project. But the first thing, we'll obviously need a stone. I chose the most roundest one and the most biggest one we could find. And some of my very new acrylic paint. Yay. Okay. And I have the same brushes from our last video. And you're gonna need water. Here, very delicate. And the paint palette. So the next things are optional, but you can obviously include them, is glitter. And you can use Elmer's white glue. It has to say dries clear. Focus. So it says dries clear. Alright, so you want to use that, or you can use any clear glue. So once you got all of these things, let's make our stone. Alright, so we have everything sorted out, and the colors here are orange, yellow, crimson red, lemon yellow, emerald green, and black and white. So I'm using really thick acrylic paint, so I'm gonna just dilute them with water. So if you have really thick acrylic paint, then you can go ahead and just squeeze out a little bit, and you can dilute some with some water, and then that will be much easier to paint on. Also, you want to make sure you have a lot more black than all of the other colors. Also, what I didn't mention here is in the items list are these. So these are like a my idea page. So basically, like, you can draw out your hands, and for this one I'm just using the red, so I can just have like an idea of what it looks like. Next, I'm gonna go ahead and pick out my brushes. So usually I use the biggest brush for my black paint. And then we're actually not going to be using brushes, actually. We're going to be using pencils, or the ends of them, to puncture the holes. So I'm just have a mechanical pencil, and I have a pen. Is anything else? Okay, no. So okay, so you can stop right there like this, but I'm actually gonna get a few other items that I probably missed to take. So yeah, I'll be right back with those items. Okay, so here's the group. I just have a pencil that's sharpened. Focus. Okay, it's not focusing. But I just have a pencil that has a sharpened lid. and a toothpick and a Q-tip. So, and obviously you're gonna need your rock. Heavy. Alright, so first we're gonna take the biggest brush, or in this case I'm using my sponge brush, and I'm gonna go ahead and just dilute the black with some water. And just take some water and I'm just gonna drain it within the black. Okay. And then I'm gonna drain the rest of the water out. Alright, so now let's mix the water with the paint. Alright, now we're just gonna paint the top part of it. Ooh. Dripping? Yep, it's dripping. So yeah, make sure you don't add too much water like I did. Okay, too much water. Gotta have napkins around. It's amazing. Alright. Actually, my hands are getting a little bit messy. So, man, gloves, that's what I need. Let's go get some gloves. And probably you too. Yeah, working. I think I'm gonna add a little bit more black paint because of all the drippiness of the water. That should thicken that up. Also, actually, I might need some wax paper. That's under here. Alright, got the wax paper. Now, why are you going to need wax paper? So your work surface does not get ruined. There we go. Now, let's paint it black. Okay. Now, what can possibly go wrong? Nothing. Alright, going smooth this time. So usually I just like to just not hold on to the rock. Let me just cover that spot up. Get rid of all the drippiness. Oh, there's still one, but goodbye. Alright. Now we're just gonna wait for this to dry. Okay, once it's kind of dry, you want to apply a second coat. Okay, so a little bit still to water. I think I'm just gonna take this other container that I put. This time we're just gonna dilute it just a tad bit of water, which is already on the brush itself. Drain out the extra water. Drain. It's as dry as just a hard dessert. Okay. So, once this is all dry, we're gonna make a first mark on the paper. So, take a tool that has a pretty big, I don't know, stamp, and dip it in your white paint. And just do a stamp in the middle. Alright. So nervous. Please turn out good. Please turn out good. Yes! Yes! Okay. So we do the paper. We have our first mark on the rock. Awesome. Just gonna fix that up a little bit. Fix. Alright. All fixed up. I'm actually gonna take a little bit of white and I'm just gonna go over the edges real quick so they aren't like super crooked. And don't worry if this is like super small or something, because you can make it bigger. The thing you should worry about is if your hole is too big, because you can't really make it smaller now. So if your hole is too big, here's what you do. You just let the hole to dry and then you paint over it with some black and then you just redo your hole. Alright, so my hole is now all fixed up. Amazing hole. Okay. Now, we're gonna take one of our tools. Which tool should I pick? I think I'm gonna take the pencil tool. So I'm gonna take the nib. Alright, focusing. Yeah, let's take a nib. And now we're gonna dip it. What color should I start up with? Yellow. So we're gonna take a little bit of white and a lot of yellow, and we're gonna mix it together. So a little more white. So I have kind of like a pastel yellow. I'm gonna dilute that a little bit of water, just a little tiny bit. Okay. Now let's just take a little bit, and we're gonna do a cross. So we're gonna basically what that is basically we're just gonna do one dot. Like that. Should be pretty small. Let me actually switch over to the toothpick. Okay, this works much easier and more easier to handle it, so I'm gonna go with the toothpick. And after I made that one dot, we're gonna do a dot across it. So here, let me just finish this and I'll show you. So we're gonna do one across like that. Okay. And now once you got those across, we're gonna do another pair of these, but horizontally. And make sure these are like about the same size. Did I say that 2 times? I don't know, I don't think I said that 2 times. Alright, so we got 3 dots, and now let's add a 4th dot to make a cross. And again, you're just mixing the white in with the yellow. Alright, just putting that up. Alright, so we have a cross or like square. And now I'll take up my ideas paper. I'll just look at that to see where I'm at. Okay, so after you're done with something like that, almost dropped the rock. Jeez. We're gonna actually now wash that off. Goodbye, paint. Alright, and now we're gonna dip in with the actual yellow paint. So like that. Yellow paint. Focus. Okay, not focusing, but have that yellow paint. And now we're just gonna do the same size dots, but we're gonna do 2 in the space. I'm gonna take a lot of that paint. Oh wait, I forgot to dilute it with some water. Let me go ahead and do that. And we're gonna do 2 dots in each space. Like so. Now let's do that again. You really need to dip in that paint for this to like come out. And then we'll do the same to the other 3. So nervous. Alrighty. We are done. You don't have to make this look too perfect, because now we're gonna actually perfect it. I'm just going to take a little bit of black. And I'm just going to go in and just fix these up. You can use the other tips. You can kind of just switch over. So yeah. Make sure not to touch the wet paint. And if you just want like a little quick dry, then you can go ahead and just blow on it and that'll go ahead and dry that out. Alright, let's go ahead and keep adding our yellow paint in. Alright, so now, once you get the ring done, you are done with the first step. Now let's move on to the second. Alright, so we are done with this and we let it dry. So now for the second layer or like second circles, I'm gonna be using my Q-tip which just fell down. Got it. So I'm going to be using the fluffy part of it, and I'm going to be using this orange, just dilute it with a little bit of water, just a little bit water, direct. Alright, diluted it with a little bit of water, and I'm going to use the other end to mix it up. So we're just gonna go in with some bigger dots. So I'm just gonna take the Q-tip on the fluffy side, and I'm just gonna do the same method again. So I'm just gonna press and release, press and release, press and release. And now I'll meet you guys after I'm done with all the dots. Sorry, I can't press the boss button with these gloves on. Thumb. Okay, now I'll actually meet you guys after I'm ready. Alright guys, so I am done with the second circle. After many tries and retries, we are done with the second. And now I'm going to move on to my green. Even though it's just kind of emerald green, it's kind of like a seafoam green, so yeah. And as usual, get these stuff out of the way. Brush can just go there. I'm just going to take a little bit of water and just going to drop it in. Alright. And what tool am I going to be using? This is going to be a big one. Okay, what am I going to use? I think I'm going to use this part. Yeah. So I'm just going to go to mix it in. And let's get stamping. And I'm actually not going to skip this one so you can see actually what I'm doing. So right now I'm just doing the last dot of the cross. There. Alright, so here we go. Look at that. And now let's make the 2 big holes. Alright, so you're done with half. Now for the other half. And this can get a few practice, but really all you have to do to just get better is to not fix the stamp. Just let it be and then it'll be really good. Unless it looks terribly bad. Then you have to fix it. I don't know why I said that, but alright, so I'm just working on my last 2 or maybe 3. So when the distance or the space gets more wider, then you might have to put 3 dots inside, then 2 dots inside. Hope that makes sense. Yeah, I'm definitely putting 3 dots inside this. Or else there's going to be like this huge gap. So you don't want that. So I'm going to go in. I think this is my best, neatest layer so far. Just fix this because, okay. Any more fixing? I think I'm gonna add a little bit of black between these 2 circles because they're a little bit too close. Let's add a little bit and just fix that up. Alright. We are done with our 1, 2, 3, 4th layer. It's already looking really good, but to even make it more prettier, before we do that, we're gonna let this thing dry up. So, yeah. Okay, so for the details now, I'm going to squeeze in just a little bit more white paint because you're going to need all that. Just a little bit. You don't want too much because you're just going to need a little bit. Okay, so there's actually 2 ways of doing these details. So for the first way, I have this example. And in this example, if you look here, some of the holes have white inside them. Now you can do that. Also, what you can do is instead of putting white inside them, you can put white around it. Here's how that's gonna look. So take one of your tools. I'm gonna take the toothpick. And we're just gonna take a little bit of white paint and we're gonna just put dots around it. So be very delicate. And try your best to space everything out right. And it should look something like that. Alright. Now I'll meet you guys after I'm done with all of these white dots. Alright, so done with the detailing. It actually looks really good. And this is one of those setups that you have to show like far away, because trying to show it closer you can really see the flaws, but you know, if you just look at it super far away, it looks awesome. So yeah. Now you can just stop it right there and just move on. But we're gonna be doing a next layer. Okay, for the next one, we're gonna do something a little bit more different. So I'm gonna take a round brush and I'm just going to take some red and I'm just gonna plop it on. Make sure the red is really kind of like thick on there, and it has like a little like paint. It has to have like a lot of paint to do this. Alright, so I have a lot of paint here. So like this. And now we're just gonna take a toothpick, clean it up, and I'm just gonna drag it. So I'm just gonna pull it up like that. So make a little raindrop shape, and you can go ahead and fix that up. And now I'm gonna do the same raindrop shape around the whole rock. So yeah, meet you guys after that. Okay, so I cleared everything and just pushed them off the table, literally. And why I did that is because after you finish the red spots, you're done with the rock. I added some white accents to it to make it look much prettier. And I have its paw, the square rock. So let's just talk about this rock for a second. Just a second. It has a top coat on it with glitter, and I'm going to show you guys how to do that on your rock. So basically, you're going to need some glue that we talked about earlier, and some fine glitter. And it's very important that it's fine and it's not one of those like hexagon shapes. Let me show you an example. Okay, so this is what not to have. So this glitter is like hexagons and it's really chunky, so you don't want that type. But you can use it if you really like it. But I just like to use the fine glitter. So basically we're gonna take a brush, actually. Yes, a new brush. I'm gonna use a super duper fluffy brush. Super duper fluffy. And that's important that you do too. You either need a super duper fluffy round brush or a super duper thick straight brush. So it can't be anywhere in the middle. Now I'm just gonna open some glue and we're just gonna kind of just drip it on. Don't worry, this will not do any harm to your brush as long as you wash it out. Just basically just right on, pour some glue on. A little bit. So like that. And now we're just gonna kind of just brush it out on a rock. And yeah, you want to do this so it's all like sealed up. And if you have actual glaze, then you can also use that. But just for those people who don't have glaze on them, then you can just use some of this glue. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and wipe off some extra glue. Wipe off all the extra stuff that we do not need. And it just gets that glow. So it has a nice glow and a seal. Now we're going to use some glitter. And I'm just going to kind of just sprinkle it on. And I'm going to use some napkins on the bottom of this because this can get a little bit messy. So I'm just going to take this napkin, roll up the black part because nobody wants to see the black part. Set the white. So I'm just going to pour this. Let me clear up all this stuff. And the table's paintified. So if you put like proper napkins in, this won't happen, but no, we're just gonna let it go. And we're just gonna look for the glitter. Yes. 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 Glitter. And you can just add how much glitter you want. I'm just gonna add a smidge, maybe a lot. And look at that, it looks super duper pretty now. I don't know if you can see the glitter that well, but it looks super duper pretty. I added more glitter than I did to this one, which is good because now you can actually see the glitter. This one you can't really see the glitter, but it's there. Yeah. As I said, this would be real messy, so got that handy napkin in. Let's go put that in the trash. Alright guys, so basically that was it for the rocks, and let's just take a look at them. Alright, they look very pretty and are a super duper cool room decor that you can just put up. So yeah, you can, so they look really good. Now let's see the montage. Hope you enjoyed this video. I'm going outside. Make sure to subscribe and hit that like button, and I will see you guys on my next video. Bye.